Yeah, this is the way that this one works for the really indignant and stupid. If it says that on a coconut fiber report that I failed to mention, but I made dimension of it, means that it's coming in and up ahead, and this is the one-off course that you want to fucking avoid at all costs. To human life being that you need to kill whatever's on the back end of the report. Because every time you make a decision, it then throws out sparks, and then there's more decisions, and then there's more push. That's how dangerous the timeline was when we got here. Not that we designed it, it's the way that you fucking did it with your slice of life that you all needed to have, putting fucking anything in the castle with a will problem. The providentials, the gods, the guardians from the galaxy, the star people. Yeah, the real royals, the only royals on the planet at this point. They are the ones who give and bring free will. You already took it away from each other well before we got here by putting those idiots in the fucking castle. The one royal sponsor that they parade around in the United States with my arrival as a providential. I don't know what the fuck you do elsewhere. Then I've got... No word gets in or out, by the way, as far as telecommunications. You knew that before because it was set up before, which we told you before we got here. Where was I? The Providentials. Oh, right. And then I went to a ballroom dancing class at the Jewish temple, which I absolutely loved, and I thank them profusely for setting that up when I was in grade school. That was in Lloyd Harbor Elementary. It was outside of the school district. It was set up with private partner, I suppose. They were absolutely wonderful, and they had, not only did we had to get dressed, informal, whatever, looked more like a farmhouse, honestly, not the temple, but the dresses that my mother bought, they were cotton, whatever she could afford. I guess it's like a jCpenNY, like a special, I suppose you would call it, if you were something special with royal tailors. Yeah, well, mine wasn't. Mine was like, nowadays they call it like Kmart or Walmart or whatever. Nobody gives a shit. It's cloth at this point, and everything's off, so I don't... whatever. We were there, and then part of it was ballroom dancing, part of it was etiquette for eating and learning how to use a knife, a fork, and whatever, if you were out with company, I suppose. And there was, an incident where there was a handsome gentleman next to me. Oh, guess who it was? But I couldn't remember because I was not functioning properly. I mean, I was functioning. It's just the memory had been cash register or whatever you're calling it, wiped clean from my eye being ripped off, and using one eye as a decoder ring, and my other eye as a visual, so this way you could get the two spot from a scope point of view for this new video gaming era that you promoted without my permission and without his. That's how you stole all the vortex math, and you were able to decipher two different viewpoints and then pretend that you made all the rest of the shit up. Fucking bullshit. But we told you that before, and we told you after, and now that I have to make a dimension of it, after we already mentioned it before, I want everybody dead. Everybody. You physically touch and abuse a human head, and then you harm her when she gets here after the Guardians told you beforehand to scale back telecommunications. Not everybody needs to speak on a phone. It increases and makes the police work so much harder. And then you get nosy foreign people who want to always know. And then they talk to people in other lands. And then they come up with schemes and whatever. And they start traveling. I mean, it is like ice skates and grease. And you all just don't think of it. You're like, oh, that's a great idea. No, it's not. And you are not an authority to make any formal decisions either. No bar on this planet has enough authority, clearly, to make a good decision. I have, where are we? We had, right, so there was my point was, the actual point of this was, I was next in at Klaus, and this really nasty woman was up at the front of the room. And we were all quiet, and then she said, did you notice the gentleman? One nice woman said, did you notice the gentleman to your side? Does he look familiar? So I looked at him, and I'm like, no. Should I know him? And then like some other woman jumped down my throat that I was speaking out of turn, and do I always have to have the last word with an adult? And I'm like, thinking to myself, are you fucking kidding me, lady? But of course, I'm younger, and I'm the bigger person. And so I just looked at her and I said, I apologize. And that was it. She goes, yeah, and it was, yeah, okay, see, those fucking cunts. I'll take shit from a guy, meaning my husband who was sitting next to me, if he wanted to say something and point something out to me. But these fucking bitchy cunts, the ones that don't have an appendage or a pen is too small, yeah, those I don't take mention from. So I don't know what this woman expected, but that is not the way that you ever speak to me or address me ever on this planet.